It's deranged, royal fae. They'll act crazy all day. They'll apologize for the fail, but still scream and wail. It's deranged, royal fae. Yeah!
Hello, welcome to another Mental Monday, where I scream at you my problems in the safety of my psych ward. Yes, I'm wearing a Mimikyu. I'm wearing a Mimikyu onesie. And I also, if ever need be, have a Mimikyu mask. Haha! I'll talk about, fuck it, I'll just get into the details about that now. I'm going to the summer camp again, and I think it was pajama day or something, but I also thought, it gets fucking cold there at night. It gets really hot in the days, it gets really cold at night. So, onesies are perfect, and there's this big joke about me wearing a bunch of Pokemon shit there. The joke started with my first job interview there last year, when I got hired last year, and I was wearing a Pikachu shirt. I thought it'd be fun, because I thought it was, originally I thought I was just going to be working as a counselor, not as, support staff. And so I was like, just showing fun of kids, put the Pokemon shirt on. I love Pokemon anyway, so it all works out. And so when it seemed like I was going to be hired, and I was asked if I had any questions, and I was like, dress code. What is there a dress code of some sort? And obviously it's obvious. But as a joke, my boss had said, Pikachu shirts every day. So I pointed out the Pikachu shirt earlier in the conversation, just to be like, yeah, see, I'm cool, kids. And I took it and I ran with it. I brought that same Pikachu shirt with me. But I didn't just do that. No. I brought my Pikachu socks. I brought my Pikachu hat. I brought my summer hat that was from the Pokemon company that has lap press on it. I have my Pikachu, I got it from Pokemon company too. I got this fanny pack, which I know ha from those in the UK. But I got this pack that has the Pikachu, outdoor Pikachu thing, and then I had my coffee tumbler mug thingy that's portable. The ones that are you put hot drink in, but it's portable. It has the 25th anniversary Pikachu thing. I got it because I was turning 25 the same year that Pokemon did. How could I not, right? So I had to get one of the things for the 25th celebration because it was my 25th celebration too. But no, and I had my Mimikyu mask and my little Lapras bag as well. I was just like, I'll fucking own it. It's gonna be a joke. And so now this year I've got the Mimikyu as well. Fun fact, I've been getting a lot of chest hairs growing in. If you see that, they're a lot more on my chest. And this has been growing more and more. I know last time I showed it off, it was disgusting little chin pubes, and it's still kind of disgusting chin pubes. Boobs. They're boobs. They're boobs. Blobes. I'm gonna get in trouble for that one. But, and now I also have Pika Pods. I have these AirPods that I call Pika Pods. They're from Razer, actually. I didn't realize that when I ordered them off Amazon. I think they're, not necessarily Japanese exclusive, but the instruction manual is just Japanese. But yeah, so that's the story behind the onesie, or the many stories behind the onesie. It was a gift. I asked my family, instead of giving me, a birthday gift, get me stuff that I kind of wanted to have for the camp. So, some ideas were a tent, because I wanted to do overnights on my own in a little tent, or lanterns for the tent, certain clothing items. So this is one. I got this tie-dye hoodie that's the trans flag colors, because one of the theme days is tie-dye, and so fuck it. It's a sleeveless hoodie. And then this nice crop top I like, because I want to rock my happy trail and crop top, because fuck gender norms. We like to mix it and blend it here, bitch. So, I had my my second opinion reevaluation thingy by the county mental health people. They have approved me for severe care. Though I'll get into that later about my feelings of the after fact, but I mentioned how I didn't care whether or not I got approved for severe. I'm sorry, these ears are just flopping everywhere. It's driving me a little nuts. You can't get any more nuts than deranged, but it's bringing out that derangement in me. But yeah, so I was approved to severe care, which I honestly couldn't care about. I didn't go going into this wanting severe care per se, but if they approve of me, then they approve of me. It is what it is. I guess it's something I might need. And if they, the first person or so who sees me is like, yeah, I think you're fine with that, then I go back to what I currently have. So yeah, I've been approved for severe care, and she's affirmed that probably borderline, and has kept that as my diagnosis. However, she also apparently they never added to my diagnoses depression. I knew I've been under mood disorder, but I never realized depression was never specifically on there. I guess it's kind of, I think, like, almost, I could be wrong, and I'm probably wrong. I didn't do my research before this, but, from my basic knowledge of what I know about psychology, I think every mood disorder has depression in it somewhere. Like bipolar is depression and mania, SAD is seasonal depression, and then there's just chronic depression. It's just like, I feel like every mood disorder, depression is part of it, but there might be one or two outliers in there, so I don't want to no one quote me 100% on that one. Still not diagnosed bipolar, but that's okay, because it's also not, no, you're definitely not bipolar. And I prefer that. The thing is, I wasn't expecting to be 100% diagnosed bipolar. Because as I said, I feel like a 2.5 hour session is not enough to be able to tell that. Like, bipolar is kind of something you have to observe over a span of time. It's not really something that you can kind of gauge based on potential biases and potential shit memory and stuff like that. It's like, it'd be also easier if you had multiple people giving their accounts and such, and seeing what they witnessed, etc., etc. But just from that one person, from their hearsay, or from like what he said, she said kind of thing, it's really hard to be able to tell that for sure without kind of observing it over a period of time and or hearing it from other people, what they've experienced and seen from you, etc. And so I'm actually happy with that. I'm actually A-O-fucking-K with not being diagnosed, because I'm not diagnosed yet. And that's okay if I never get diagnosed bipolar. That's okay. My point wasn't that I was upset that I didn't get diagnosed bipolar. I was bothered that she was like, yeah, you don't meet the criteria, like, at all. And I'm like, at all? Like, it just felt very final. I didn't like that. It's just like, it didn't feel like there was enough information to make 100% final call on that one. Borderline, I get. Borderline's a little kind of a little easier to tell on that one about like full like time of observation, because you don't need to witness borderline over a span of time. Bipolar, on the other hand, I feel like that is a lot more of a span of time observation type thing. Okay. So I'm talking about, so I was approved for severe care, and honestly, I had such bad imposter syndrome. I felt like, no, I don't actually need that, but I will go along with it. And I felt this really weird, intense guilt and dread as I was walking away to my bus stop from the office. I was just like, no, it's not right. I don't deserve this. I shouldn't be getting this. Like, this isn't, I don't feel like this is right. I don't feel like I need that. It was just, I just had this weird, and I was just so fucking anxious and so full of this weird dread and guilt. And as I was sitting at that bus stop, because I had to wait an hour for the bus, because the bus only comes around like every hour 15, every hour and a half or so. And it's an hour and a half ride. So, 2.5 hours before I can get back. But it's just like, as I was sitting there, I was just filled with dread and anxiety, and back to that, like, there's no point in life and living and such like that. This past week has actually been a really bad spiral. I feel like I noticed it first, like, Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday, I did some gaming with some friends. And beforehand, I was anxious and thinking, oh my gosh, call off. But I was like, no, I'm going to go through with it. And then during the entire time, I just felt so anxious and irritable, but I maxed it. And then I had, like, I think, kind of cry afterwards or something. And then the next day, we did D&D, because I do D&D every Wednesday. And I was really anxious and went on beforehand, but I was able to get through with it and still enjoy it. But afterwards, I had a crash again. And I had a real bad crash Wednesday night. And I had, like, a bad like I had a meltdown over in my roommate's room when I accidentally like fell asleep on the floor there, and then I had a bad meltdown when I came back into my room, and I was literally by the door for 3 to 4 hours, and I just had this hope and wish that one of my roommates would check on me, which is stupid of me to like have that expectation and desire. It's not like they're mind readers, but you know, it hurt that they didn't, even though it shouldn't have, you know. And yeah, so on Roommate and I did talk about like the next, I say morning, but it was like 2 p.m. or so. And I ended up sleeping for like over 12 hours because it's easier sometimes just to sleep the pain away instead of deal with it. Except when you have insomnia and you can't, and you have to just fucking deal with it. Sometimes I won't be depressed, and then I'll have insomnia, and then I will get depressed because I have to think about everything. And then sometimes I'll be depressed, so I'll just sleep it all away. And then when I wake up, it's not actually gone, but it's just, you know, at least I didn't have to deal with it earlier, now to deal with it now. And the last few days, I kind of been through like numb spell, you know, where I'm just so exhausted from being depressed. Those thoughts, that's what the point's still there, but I'm a little smidge more getting to that higher euphoria, I guess you could say. But it when I say high in euphoria, I don't necessarily mean happy either. It's just more of elated mood, but not like a happy elated. I'm not explaining this well. The euphoria tends to be more of geared towards my sweetheart, Capybara, who will be my Tea Time Tuesday video this week. We ask the really important questions if the straights are okay. But yeah, it's just going through it, you know. And when I was sitting at that bus stop, I wouldn't do it. I know I wouldn't, but I did kind of want to throw myself into traffic. I just kind of wanted to go, disappear, whatever, die. And I didn't, obviously, but I kept on having thoughts of wanting to sneak scissors in from the kitchen into my room and stuff like that. And I've been behaving. I've wanted to fucking they made weed cookies again, and I want to overdose on one again, even though it's an awful fucking experience. It was awful, and it will be awful again. But that's the point. Like, when you self-harm, you're not doing it because it feel good. You're doing it because it feel. Because it's something. It's adrenaline. Even if it's bad adrenaline. It's God, I don't know how to explain it. But I haven't. And I hopefully won't. But I make no promises because I can't trust myself. Whilst kind of going through the numb/high, I just kind of been a bit productive on stuff, at the very least. I mentioned before about someone that I got intimate with. That's the girlfriend of my ex/roommate. They just quit their job today, and I'm like, well, fuck. Now they're going to be around a lot more because they have more time until they get a new job. Well, that's not really something I want, but they make my roommate happy, so I'll grin and bear. That's the only thing I can do. I'm not going to get in the way of her happiness just because I'm petty, just because I'm dealing with shit. It's not fair of me to ask that of anyone. I'm exhausted. Not because it's 3 a.m., but just emotionally. Like, that's what the numb is. My brain's fucking exhausted. It seems like I feel like the last 2 days or so, it looks to the outside like I'm fine, I'm stable, I'm functional, whatever you want to say. I am fucking exhausted. It's so hard to explain. It's so hard to show. Because all I've known my entire life is to mask and mask and mask. never admit. I mean, I admit to it now, obviously, but I'm very bad about still, always have been with partners. Because I always worry about hurting them or making them feel bad, to tell them how I'm feeling, to make them deal with what I feel like is a burden that doesn't need to be theirs. Like they're failing me in some way. Cappy's very bad about that. Cappy keeps having that thing about like, oh, I'm failing you because you're depressed. Like he believes he can just hug and kiss and cuddle the depression away from me. And I'm like, does that work for you? Can I hug, kiss, and cuddle the depression away for you? No? Then you definitely can't do that. I've been dealing with depression since I can fucking remember. Like, I wasn't even in the double digits yet when I could probably recognize I was depressed. You know? And that's just, yeah. Not to be edgy or anything. Not to be cringe or anything. I was depressed before it was cool. I'm sorry. I feel like there was so much I had to say and my brain's scrambled now. I feel like my brains are eggs. Take of that what you will. Scrambled eggs, you know. At least I'm safely in my psych ward. My little goblin cave. I guess Mental Monday is gonna be the days you see me at my most vulnerable. My least energetic, or my most me. I don't know. I feel like there's different me's in my brain. Like I wrote this thing called Voices ages ago, where it's kind of like, at the time, I named the characters later Dysmorpheus and Narcissia. Or Narcissium? Narcissia? Narcissia. We're going to say Narcissia. Where it's Dysmorphia and Narcissius. But I switched the ending sounds to them. And Dysmorpheus is that self-hate voice in my head, while Narcissia is the grandiose part of my brain. Or even, and especially looking back at it, it could be seen as a couple things, where it's one, that self-worth, but like maybe to an extreme, or just that lack of self-awareness where I don't want to fucking care if people think. I'm just gonna live my fucking life. Deal with it. Not necessarily that I love myself, but also the opinion I've had of myself has changed over the years. So maybe at the time I did feel a lot more self-love. But now it's like, self-love? The fuck is that? You might have noticed Freakshow Sundays hours have changed. Instead of doing like 1 4-hour session, at the time it was really scheduled, I'm now going to be doing 2 2-hour sessions. I'll probably go over 2 hours. You know, I'll probably go over 2 hours at the time, but just like 2 hours minimum is what I will be doing. But yeah, so I decided that would be better, you know. So then I have a time that people from the UK or Europe or what I can go to, and a time that like Americans are probably going to be easy to go to. I feel like the mask slipped now. I've just been, maybe not mask, but just reality. Reality's hitting. There's at one point in my planner where I wrote, I think it was on Wednesday morning, for the last 12 to 24 hours, I just wanted to die. It's like I had my high a couple weeks ago, and then starting last week or whatever, I had the crash. And just crash. And now I can't. I know I'm in like this numb phase because I'm just so exhausted from the emotional crash. Brain be dumb. Honestly, maybe I'll come back and remember if there's anything I wanted to add. I don't know if I have much more to say that I can remember or focus on right now. Obviously, I'm going to be editing it out, but there's been so many long silent pauses since recording this. I really feel like I'm scrambled eggs right now. I'm trans, of course I'm eggs, but this time I'm scrambled. No, I'm kidding. So I guess that's all I have to say today, I guess. Like I said, I'm just really fucking zonked, I guess. I was fine. I felt fine moments ago, but now I felt fine. I always am feeling fine, right? Right? I say in my psych ward, always fine in the psych ward. I feel like now I gotta put on the walls, fine. I'm gonna do that if I remember to do that. If I don't have that up in this video, comment, fine, where are the fine on the walls? And if I forget to do it again next week, just be like, fine! We are fine here. Alright, well thank you all so much for watching. I'm sorry my brain's crapped on me, but I guess that's the point of these videos. Experiencing mental health with me. I really need to get more into journaling. Back into journaling, actually writing things down. Because for a while, I just forsake journaling. It was just talking, to like my best friend and stuff like that. But right now, he's had top surgery, and I just kind of want to let him rest. And I feel like such a fucking burden, all trauma dumping on him all the time, and making him feel like he has to fucking worry that I'm gonna do something. So I've been hesitant, and I don't want to drop that on my roommates, and I don't want to drop that on my sweetheart. It's a mess. So, what I should be doing is doing what helped in the past and writing it fucking down. So, put in the comments, write it down. Do the pen emojis or journal emojis. Comment, fine, journal it. Fine, journal it. Thank you all so much for watching. Before I descend further into my derangement, I'm going to call it here. You're wonderful. Thank you. Have a gay day. I just didn't have enough tea yet or something.
Well, they're glad that you stayed, yet you wasted yet another day. Their videos are a bore, but they've got lots more in store. It's deranged. Royal Faye. Yeah.